Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Sopiarz-Rianda, and this video is going to walk you through our schedule this week. Overall, you guys have been doing a fantastic job with your dialectic journals. Many of you are capturing and identifying some fantastic quotes and passages from the novel, and then also analyzing them a little bit further, connecting them to yourself, to another text, questioning, predicting. So you're doing a really good job with those dialectic journals, and keep that work up. In this session, session 3, you can see that it is due by February 2nd, and then our last session of the unit is due by the 9th. And in session 4, we are going to be working on a project, a final project for this novel, Eli Wiesel's Night. So in session 3 this week, you will finish up reading the last 4 sections of the novel. And you can see right over here that I've also included the reading for this session. It's basically section 6 through the end of the novel, and it's about 30 pages, more or less. So if you follow the schedule, you should read about between 6 to 8 pages Monday through Friday, and then you would be fine if you are following the suggested reading schedule. And I also wanted to point out right here is that late work, remember the late policy in class. First of all, no late work submitted for discussion assignments, ever. So don't even waste your time on the discussion assignments if you haven't submitted them, if they're late. But all the other work is accepted for 75% credit. So for Unit 5, I will be accepting late work and you can earn up to 75% credit until the 7th of February. So that's an important due date that's coming up in the next couple of weeks here, but I wanted to make you aware of that. So like always, the way we navigate through a session is by clicking on the materials folder there, clicking on the unit, and the unit we're working on this week, Monday through Sunday, you can see the schedule right there, the 27th through the 2nd, is due again by February 2nd before midnight. Here is our reading for this session. Click on the folder and navigate through the session by clicking your friendly next button in the upper right hand corner here. So here you will find the video that I'm making right now. Clicking next, you will see the announcements and suggested schedule. I did have some trouble with the link last week, and I apologize for those kiddos who tried to click on the help session, but I did correct it. So if you need any extra help, this is a Q&A. Basically think of it as walking into my classroom during office hours. I don't have anything that I'll be presenting, but it's just a time to come and see if you have any questions. But like always, if you have questions, you don't have to wait till Wednesday at 1 o'clock. I'm always available Monday through Friday during the school day, so just contact me. Here is our list of assignments this week, totaling up to 150 points. And here's that suggested schedule that I highly, highly recommend that you use in getting all the work done this week. And like I said earlier, if you read about 7 to 8 pages Monday through Thursday this week, then you will finish off the novel. Participate in discussion on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, submitting your dialectic journal here on Friday, and then taking the quiz on night, the section 6, 7, 8, 9, basically just the reading for this week. You will be taking a reading quiz, and it is timed, and it is only one attempt. So do not click on this quiz until you are ready to take it, because you will not be able to resume it. Be sure that you have read the entire last part of the book, sections 6 through 9, before you try to take that quiz. Okay? And I'll talk about that a little bit more in just a second. So navigate through the session again by clicking next. My computer seems to be a little slow this morning. And here are some essential questions that we will be covering, and that's guiding our instruction this week. And it has a lot to do with our discussion that we will be doing later in this session. So again, here is the reading schedule for session 3. You will be completing your last dialectic journal. Remember to complete parts 1 and part 2. There are 2 parts to your journal. A lot of you are not completing part 2. Be sure to complete part 2 to get full credit. If you need a refresher on how to create your journal entries, just click on this page right here. It'll bring you back to session 1 where I went into in depth about it. So you have 4 sessions, 3 quotes or passages per section. So you should have 12 journal entries in this in your last journal. And it's a good idea to do that while you are reading, at least while you're reading, to mark or note the passages or quotes that you think are significant. And so then when you are done, you can, take all of those notes, those quotes and passages, and put them in your journal and then finish it off. And again, this is where you submit it, parts 1 and part 2. The next assignment for this session is a discussion. Now, I know we had a discussion back in session 1, but I wanted to review expectations for discussion. And if you had me last semester, you already know this, but this is a good refresher. So be sure to watch this video on expectations for discussion. Then review this document down here about accountable talk, and this will help you with creating engaging responses. A response that is engaging would be, I agree with you because, not just I agree with you or that's a cool observation. You need to, that's a great starting point, but you need to expand on that point with an analysis or more information. So be sure that you check out that document to help with developing accountable and engaging responses. Okay, and so once you have watched this video on discussion expectations and you've reviewed this document for accountable talk with your responses, also check out the Jeffco discussion rubric, and this is how I grade your discussion assignments. Then you're ready to click on next and participate in the discussion. So in this discussion, you will be having an in-depth discussion about night. Now, in the PIA format, and this is the same format we used last year, answer one of the following discussion questions in your post. Be sure to include quotes and page numbers from the novel as textual evidence. And then you can review and choose one of these discussion questions. You can choose more than one if you like. And then to earn full credit for this discussion, you should reply to at least 2 other students. So altogether, you should have a minimum of 3 posts. Your original post, and then 2 responses to other students' posts. So the best responses include an original question, an answer to an original question using PIA. They build off someone else's ideas to deepen the thinking. They add additional textual evidence or resources that's connected to their core idea, and they ask a question, a thoughtful question. So for those of you that need a little refresher about PIA, whether you're new to Jeffco virtual or you just need a little refresher from last semester, click here. And this is the format of what PIA is: point, evidence, and analysis. And this is how to answer almost any short constructed response. You make your point, you provide evidence, textual evidence, meaning quotes from whatever text you are reading, and then you go a step further and analyze that quote and how it supports your point. So these responses should be a minimum of 3 sentences: point, topic sentence, your evidence, and analysis, PIA, P-E-A. Now, and here's a great example of what PIA looks like: point, evidence, and analysis. So be sure to review that, because you will be responsible for creating PIA responses for your discussion post this week. Again, if you have any questions about this, just contact me. Okay, so going back to that, then you would post here. Really, my computer is very slow this morning for some reason. Okay, and now your last assignment for this week is to take a quiz on the reading for this session, sections 6 through 9 in night. Now, this is a multiple choice and true and false quiz, and it's worth 40 points. You are only able to take this quiz once, and it is timed for 30 minutes. It is not resumable. So do not click on next until you are ready to take the quiz, okay? Because you are able to take this once and it's not resumable, okay? If you have any questions on the quiz, please contact me. And again, do not click on that quiz until you are ready to take it. And after the quiz, you've reached the end of the session. Next week, like I mentioned, we're going to be doing a project that I think you're really going to enjoy to wrap up our reading on the novel Night by Eli Wiesel. Have a great week and contact me if you have any questions. Thanks.